What is it that makes a cowboy? It's not the boots or the buckle. It's not the chaps. It's not the jeans. It's not the lasso or the cattle. Not the horse or the saddle. You might think they're all long gone, but you don't need a hat to be a cowboy. A cowboy isn't too busy to lend a hand to a partner. Not too proud to take one either. And when they get knocked in the dirt, bloodied and trampled, a cowboy dusts themselves off and gets back up. And they'll stand by their partners and challenge those who have it all. And they'll keep riding till they find their peace.
Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? Hope you're all keeping very, very, very well. Welcome to some Doom Eternal. A couple of orders of business to go through. Let's start with our schedule. Our schedule for this week is our schedule for last week with one minor change because we pretty much didn't get to do any of last week's schedule, so we're just gonna try again. Doom Eternal today and tomorrow, Stranger Paradise Wednesday, Halo Wars 2 Gecko Thursday, Friday, Saturday Dark Souls, and Sunday Dark Souls or 7 Days to Die. All going well, work permitting. Work is still a bit wackadoo, but less wackier level of wackadoo, I suppose. So yeah, we'll see how that all goes. Discord for any other updates on it, as always, of course. The other thing worth mentioning is you will see a poll running up the top of the stream for those of you live in stream. It's our March Madness. Our first match of March Madness is Tally versus Metal Sonic. So vote early, vote often on that one, should you have the interest. Oh, we do have, well, a vote in there. Metal Sonic out in front. Let's go Metal. We do like Metal Sonic. We have an emote and everything. Other order of business is to shout out to Glorious Gecko, who nabbed the first for first, and with whom we beat Castle Crashers on Thursday just gone.
Yearns.
He'd been playing a lot of Resident Evil Requiem.
And he finds out where the joints aren't tight. Clever gecko.
Clever Gecko! Other than that, we'll see who wins in our March Madness pool. But really what we're here to do is kill some demons and whatnot, because it is Doom time. It has been great. It's been fun to watch. I decided that I'd watch, I wouldn't say all of it, I'm not following it in great detail, but it's kind of like, I was thinking like, how many years is it going to be before I get to it? A couple. So I didn't think I'd unduly spoil myself in any great way. I'll probably have forgotten anything I've seen by the time I get to it. I think it's similar to this. I watched people play a bit of this back when I was out, but I remember nothing. I think it can be very different when you're like passively looking at a game versus playing it as well. Resident Evil 6, yes. And I can tell you, when I get through all the community choice games, the Resident Evil 1 remake will be one of the first ones I'll be getting to. I still have not played Resident Evil 4. No, that is true. Why, is it not going to make sense? Oh, cool. That'll just kill them. We'll figure it out when we get there. Oh, this, yes. This looked like it was going to a big fuck-off boss arena. That was my interpretation of what I was seeing, anyway. I'd say we're coming into our last moments for anyone that wants to get a vote in on the March Madness poll. That's where I came from. Pretty much looks like we have to go down. Wait, what? Ooh, metal sonic advances.
Just outside the castle walls. He was badly wounded and wearing this.
Guts. Huge guts. Kill them. Must kill them all.
He has fight in him yet.
In spite of his injuries.
Send him to the arena. Let him be judged like the others.
Is my Doom guy talking? Alright, so March Madness. Let's just have a look at this real quick. Viewer poll results. Metal Sonic advances. So be it. Let me just throw a note of that in Discord before I forget. Metal Sonic advances. And tomorrow, for anyone following along with, well, with some interesting characters added later on there. Technically, we have 2 characters played by Keanu Reeves in it. In our March Madness, which is really something. Our next round will be Pain from Final Fantasy X-2 versus Sagat from, well, various Street Fighter games. That'll be what we will have tomorrow. Johnny and Shadow. Indeed, Gecko, indeed. Indeed. I think after playing Cyberpunk...
A great power for one. A sign of truce.
Mm-hmm. Don't think we'll be taking that. After playing Cyberpunk, you know, I could see Johnny Silverhand could win the whole thing. Pretty damn popular character. Oh, there's nothing here. Whatever we want is in the next room. Really, is it all just books? It's not like clicking noises, it sounds like a chain.
What you have left behind. Go back to it then. Leave this crusade. You cannot save them. They have asked me for this, and so I give it to them. If you let the priest live, then I will return to you what the humans took from you so long ago. You need only turn back, and it will be yours again. All the pain you carry will be gone.
I think if you're negotiating, you're losing. Oh, that was what the sound is. It's still a clicky sound from the map. It was stuck on for some reason. Okay, some stuff up there, some stuff down here. Cool. Bethesda just works. Yep. Let's get the item up here before we hit the button. Oh, we cannot. I gotta admit, I'm liking the kind of difficulty of the secrets in this map so far. They're pretty easy.
I pity the humans. I do. Theirs is a hard role to play. But I too have a world to save. Without their souls, there can be no hell energy, and the Argent will cease to flow. I cannot allow this to happen. You will not stand in the way of Erdag's progress. This is how it has always been done. It is not for you to deny us our chance at prosperity.
Yellow means boss, yeah, it's really kind of shaping up that way. This seems like it is just a boss level. Alas, we'll get our bits and bobs. It has given me a lot of extra lives. Am I gonna get my ass like severely kicked here? Oh, good progress, gang. Armor, we already have. Reached hooray, I didn't really do anything though. Did you read all the lore in this at any point, Gecko? Or is that worth doing? Probably gathered up enough of it, I'd have to stop for an hour and read it all.
I cannot stand by and watch as you put our future at risk. Earth will be consumed, and the energy continue to flow. It is your survival against mine.
What's making that noise? I think I might at some point. Maybe after this boss or the next time we're back at the Doom ship. That's you guys, is it? Yeah, get wrecked. Well, cards. Oh, and it's gonna be fast travel to go back. I think we're good though. Well, let's see what we got. This definitely does seem like it's gonna be a boss. Hey, Prompto, welcome in.
You'll make a fine addition to the front line, stranger.
The demons! They are everywhere. Must kill them all!
Dress his wounds and bring him to us. I want to know more about the others he speaks of.
Yes, Your Grace. If Sentinel holy blood is spilled on these grounds, you will lose all sovereignty here.
Don't think we care very much about that. Oh, you're new. When the shield's eyes flash green, shoot him when his eyes are green to stagger him and create an opening. Shoot him with what? Oh shit. Let's try this. Ah, jeez. Oh, jeez. Come on, baby. Ain't so bad. Ain't so bad. It's a swing and a miss. Okay, same shit. Oh god. Oh, fucking right. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Hey, Terry, how's things? Did we get him? Yeah, I think he's got...
This stops nothing. Earth will be consumed, regardless of what...
Bang. Hey, Zach, welcome in. Gecko is sure this guy will be easy.
The portal is ready. We should leave immediately.
Well, that was pretty quick. Let's continue. We're back to the Fortress of Doom.
The Con Maker has overloaded your systems. Vega has no control over...
We don't need any of that.
If you had let the culling continue, the human race you fight to protect would have survived. Now I will resurrect the Icon of Sin. He will devour Earth and leave your home world in ruins. Life on your planet shall never return. And this will be yet another world you brought to extinction. This stronghold will now serve as your prison. With no power, you can do no more harm to our mission, and we may continue the work that must be done.
Oh shit. Fuck are you nerds doing here? Anyone for a cup of tea, seeing as you're visiting me in my home? Cup of tea, coffee maybe.
She didn't know you had the demonic crucible. In the end, the very power source you sought to eradicate from Earth is now what will help you save it.
The mission on Sentinel Prime was a success. The demonic consumption of Earth has been stopped.
Only a Slayer's Crucible blade can stop a Titan. You must get to the Sentinel city of Taras Nabad to retrieve your Crucible before it is too late. Without it, the Titan cannot be stopped.
Setting the portal to Taras Nabad.
Okay, I guess that's where we're going. It's really growing on you, Gecko. Well, that's how it is with shaving, isn't it? We'll go through periods of being too lazy to do it, or whatever sometimes. I guess I got all these jokes. Kinda done for upgrades in the base, it seems. Oh, 5 or 6 used. Interesting. Alright, let's read a little bit of soul lore before we go any further. Story of Earth, story of Sentinels, story of Hell. Okay, we don't really need the last three, we know all about them. Alright, story of Earth. Nearly 60% of the planet has been consumed by the demons, with the rate of expansion increasing every day. The majority of the world population died in the first month of the Hell invasion, following the catastrophic failure of virtually every man-made system. Military response was immediate, but only marginally effective at providing safe retreat to civilians, with many fortified locations cut off from outside communication. Facing overwhelming opposition, these makeshift fortresses have gradually fallen to the growing demon present one after the other. Large portions of the Earth's surface have become uninhabitable, with swarms of demons scouring the globe and most regions suffering from an atmosphere that has become infected and poisonous by process of some form of early alien terraformation. Oh, don't go all the way out. Although several 100,000 more were safely evacuated out of orbit in the mass exodus following the invasion, the expected odds of survival is considered unlikely for many of these lifeboats carrying cryogenically frozen passengers. Religious iconography and communes are now commonplace among survivors, with the collective perception of events taking on a biblical nature. Many seek authority from a higher power to rationalize the sudden destruction of the world, believing these events represent a form of divine punishment. Okay, formation of the Ark. There's a lot to unpack. We'll work through a bit of it. We might take a break and get back to gameplay, but I'm kind of happy to get my lure as well. Following the total collapse of international civilization, nations and boundaries as we know them have ceased to exist. A handful of remaining bureaucrats, government officials, and military leaders have managed to survive by use of protective bunkers kept secret to the greater population. Convening under the flag of the Allied Nations, this governing body represents all that remains of the rule of law, forming what would essentially become a single world government. Military bases in communication with the AN have made efforts to regroup and centralize their areas of command, establishing fortified safe havens for survivors, stockpiling food, and scavenging for supplies. Only proprietary military use communications remain functional, enabling military entities under command of allied nations to coordinate in humanitarian aid and defence operations. By 2151, the formation of ARC is taken highest priority and is considered by all to be, in practical terms, the last hope for humanity. Cultist base, we were here. Jamie, how's things? What's the crack? We're taking a break. We just beat a boss in Doom, and we're taking a little break from it to read some lore, because, you know, Doom is all about the lore. Which flat out of work, but sure, grand otherwise, hanging on in there. Led by the elusive Hell Priest, Jeg Ranak, the cultists operate from a remote facility located in the Arctic tundra. I think he's dead. As overseer, Ranak exerts absolute control over the facility and its legion of possessed acolytes. Instrumental in sowing the seeds of the cultist uprising, Ranak worked briefly with Olivia Pierce at the Mars facility before departing to Earth with orders to prepare the groundwork for the imminent Hell invasion. Recently declassified UAC biography for Ranak indicates he is a surviving member of the original Order of Dag, the ancient Argenta clerics. He now serves the forces of Hell and is rumoured to have a personal knowledge of the Doomslayer, suggesting a shared history between the two. Wielding total power over the cultists under his supervision, he uses growing influence to advance the consumption and corruption of Earth. Built over the ruins of the ancient Argenta settlement, the cultist facility has been designed as both a Gothic monument to the ancient architecture and a state-of-the-art science facility. Tablets and memory banks found at the settlement indicate that the Order of the Dag discovered Earth millennia ago and found it to be populated with powerful primeval beasts. They named these creatures Agadons due to their similarity to the mythic Cyclopean giant from Argent Danor's past, the Agadian. Okay. Doom Hunter Base. The USC's polar cultist facility is built around the ruins of an ancient Argenta settlement constructed over 60 million years ago during Argent Danor's extraterrestrial expansion. Frozen carcasses of the Agadon hunters have been located in the glacial waste surrounding the complex, and though their DNA structure reveals them to be indigenous to Earth, there is no fossilized records of these creatures beyond the frozen territories of the Argenta settlement. Carbon dating of the remarkably well-preserved beasts suggests they are nearly 80 million years old, predating all other known forms of complex Earth-based life. Continuing the cyber-demonic experimentation that began on Mars, the cultists say that Agadon's potential for resurrection and cyber-augmentation. A similar program occurred at this location millennia ago when Dag priests, often cited as Hell priests, bred the creatures and genetically modified them to function as Doom Hunters, fearsome mutants designed to battle the Doomslayer and his Night Sentinels during the unholy crusades on Argent Danor. Sentinel records corroborate this through their military texts. Many reports of these creatures among the ranks of the demonic forces assaulting the armies of the North during the Argenta Civil War. Once the UAC cultist movement publicly announced its intentions for Earth, the cyber-demonic program was revealed to be focused on updating the Doom Hunter schematics, upgrading their combat prowess. A new assembly centre was constructed near the cultist facility, and a powerful grav team allowed UAC workers to safely transport the biological and mechanical components needed for the process. The resurrection of an Agadon hunter requires cutting-edge technology to be used in conjunction with occult rituals conducted by the UAC's necrosurgeons, an unholy fusion of science and sorcery. We've a lot. Okay, Hellgrowth formations on Earth have undergone great scrutiny by experts at the Allied nations. These cancer-like growths exhibit alarming cellular reproduction rates, outpacing any biological life form previously known. Their structural pattern is chaotic, almost random, with only one identifiable constant, the emergence of totem-likeness which at full maturity resonate with powerful electromagnetic frequencies capable of producing a form of inverse quantum field. These fields, once activated, result in the fabrication of hell portals, tears in space-time which serve as gateways between dimensions. Okay, so the hell growths allow the lads in. The growth exhibits certain predetermined qualities. In the consumption of our ecosystem, it creates environmental conditions more conducive for its own continued formation, in effect employing an organic method of terraformation. The resulting environment is hostile to terrestrial life, producing atmospheric toxins and a multitude of environmental hazards. Although it is understood that the growth accelerates the arrival of demon life on Earth, it is not clear how the growths themselves originated or whether there was some form of catalyst that created the conditions necessary for their existence. It is believed that if the source of the growths can be identified, there may be a means of uprooting the entire formation. B. Supergornist. Following reports of UAC cultist presence at the Lock reactor, recon teams Infil Gamma and Infil Hector attempted to gain entry to Lock and assess the situation. Their final transmission indicated a massive demonic presence entering the reactor facility through the continuum gates, or hell portals. Emergency Global Council meeting approved an immediate arc response to the situation. The Lock reactor, assemble force, blah blah blah. Load of lads. Initial bombardment from Heller Nab was met with an immediate response from invasion forces. The fleet out of action, battle nets Apaches initiated a danger close salvo against the reactor. Shock troops, 7 forces. 7 platoons made inside the reactor where the demons had already established. Super Gornus. Although Gornus have been reported of various invasion flights, this was the largest so far observed. The nest has been built around the reactor core itself. 7,000 IFF beacons are amassed at the nest location, suggesting the demons are using our fallen forces as part of their bio-organic continuum gate. At the time of writing, the DP-136 nest is considered to be ground zero of the invading force. Unless the continuum gate is destroyed, this analyst sees no way to stem the influx of aggressors. Recommended us once TNA, total nuclear annihilation. Okay. Destruction of the Argent wellspring on Mars meant chaos for planet Earth. Following the loss of communication between Earth and Mars space facilities, the collapse of the Argent-dependent energy grid consumed the planet in crisis. It was during this time that UAC Director Dr. Samuel Hayden suddenly resurfaced on Earth before the AN Council, wielding that which might offer salvation to mankind, the Crucible. After recounting the events that had transpired on the Red Planet, Hayden agreed to cooperate with the AN, providing access to the various UAC facilities on Earth and, by extension, the full range of technologies at his disposal. Paramount among these was the Crucible, the last remaining source of argent energy in existence. Okay. Believing it possible to solve the energy crisis which now devastated the planet, Dr. Hayden sought to invent a method of argent synthesis, a synthetic replication that could recreate the high-yield capability of argent energy. With the destruction of the argent energy across the solar system, all that remained of argent now existed within the Crucible, the fabled Hell artifact, which Dr. Hayden had acquired on Mars. Knowing full well the Crucible's hidden power, Samuel devised a method to utilize the artifact as an argent conductor, a process that would in time produce the miracle of synthetic man-made argent energy, restoring the production of argent energy to Earth. Hayden became a mythical figure among Earth survivors, in no small part due to his abnormal physical condition. Having returned to Earth when most sought a means to escape, bringing with him the Crucible that would grant people a second chance at survival. For the common person, he had become the stuff of legends. We're Doomslayer, we are legend. A global military crisis relief initiative established by Otis the Ark. In 2151, Armoured Response Coalition is designed with the sole purpose to combat and contain the Hell invasion, to succeed where modern militaries are ineffective, utilising cutting-edge argent-powered technology. Hayden, overseeing all aspects of Ark weapon and tech development, set about repurposing the UAC facilities on Earth, many of which were unaffected by the invasion due to their remote locations and high levels of automated security. These facilities, operated by powerful AI, are already designed for weapon development and mass production, meaning they could be repurposed overnight. Okay, the ARC began running operations from the mobile command carrier, a seaborne command center designed for long-range strike operations, which would serve as ARC HQ. Primary objective to locate the source of hellgrowth infestation, and doing so shutting down the emergence of hell portals and closing the gate between dimensions. At the heart of the ARC is an aggressive research and development program in pursuit of new military technologies. As part of Dr. Hayden's commitment, UAC resources under his direction, including some of the most powerful AI ever created, have been deployed in service of weapon development designed to face the hell threat head-on. In fairness, that's kind of cool. The lads are taking it to them. BFG 10,000. Originally established as a mining and communication relay, the UAC outpost on Phobos began immediate expansion following the destruction of the Argent facility on Mars. The UAC board of directors, intent on retaining their monopoly of the red planet and its surrounding airspace, issued the construction of an expansive defensive platform using technology derived from the BFG 9000. The design plan called for a massive particle cannon to be built on the orbiting moon. The BFG 10,000, the largest man-made weapon platform ever conceived, wields enough firepower to defend against even the most sophisticated of capital-grade FTL cruisers in existence, or against the eventual potentiality of spacebound demonic threat. There are reports coming out of the quarantined hellified zone near San Andreas Chasm. Satellite energy sources with ARC personnel believed to be the legendary Doomslayer himself fighting the mortally challenged. The Doomslayer, or Doom Guy as he is sometimes referred to, is thought to be a myth of the Resistance, a sort of avenging angel. He was last reported to be seen on Mars and is allegedly responsible for the destruction of the Argent Tower there. He disappeared soon afterwards. The USC continues to deny all reports of his existence. We'll continue to broadcast new information as we receive it. This is an ARC broadcast. To any ARC personnel or survivors operating inside the Halifax zones, please be advised more Doomslayer sightings have been coming in. ARC leadership do not recommend any attempts to communicate with the Slayer directly. Please avoid all contact with Doomguy at this time. While it is clear that the Slayer is an enemy of the challenged, it is unclear if he could also be a threat to civilians. I mean, depends on the civilians. This is the Resistance Network. An unbelievable turn of events, the Super Gore Nest has been destroyed. Report from ARC personnel in the field say that they have seen a significant decrease in demonic activity across the globe. Many believe this is proof that the Doomslayer himself has in fact joined the Resistance effort and has successfully eliminated key figures within the ranks of the challenge. Operatives working inside... Scroll for me, please. Operatives working inside the UAC cultist organization claimed that the leader of that division, Priest Dag Ranak, was in fact removed from his office recently by the Slayer himself. As key leadership within the Mortally Challenge continued to fall, we are seeing a decreased threat from the demons on all fronts. This has given the Resistance a key advantage in the war for Earth. The UAC continues to deny any knowledge of his existence. As surviving members of the ARC network, it is the belief of this station that these reports are in fact true. We believe the Slayer has joined us in the battle against the demons. To anyone still listening to this broadcast, know that there is hope. He is out there. ARC personnel have reported that the Slayer made his way to Dr. Hayden's tower and has retrieved his remains. We do not know why. Unnamed sources inside the organization claim that Dr. Hayden anticipated the Slayer's arrival. We can only hope this is true and that the Resistance can continue. Okay, this is Elena Richardson's. We actually listened to these ones. No chance the subject is a demon. We have blood samples pulled from the Mars base that shows blood type is AB positive. He is male with a genome that makes him very much a member of the human race, but the enhanced strength, speed, and athleticism would indicate otherwise. We can see from the blood samples that there are foreign bodies present of unknown origin. I cannot, as a contributing member of the scientific community, agree with the assumption by some of my colleagues that he is, for lack of a better word, a god? An avenging angel, the right hand of doom, here to save humanity from its sins, but I cannot ignore the timing of his arrival, the identity of his enemies, the fire and brimstone element of the catastrophe we currently find ourselves in. It's definitely shaken my scientific resolve. Lena Richardson again, subject analysis of Doomslayer. Maybe he is a god, maybe he represents humans' kind, rage, their will to persevere, to overcome that which threatened their survival. He is uncompromising, a relentless being of violence that knows no mention of hesitation shown by our many leaders and politicians during our time of judgment. Can he overcome them alone? If he can't, we as a species, all species will not survive. The only thing they fear is him. We watched as the Horde overwhelmed the very best and most advanced machinery and weapons technology that we could muster against the opposition. It was useless. They moved too quickly, they cared not for themselves, and they sought out the bloody humanity. They were willing to sacrifice their own to get to the heart of our world. We slaughtered thousands and millions more followed. But then he came. He cut through them like a sickle through a field, his fury surpassing their own. He is faster, more relentless. I believe him now to be more than just a man. He is doom. So with him lies our salvation, for as he gains in strength, so do they fall in numbers. The priests command the armies to the north and south, but he controls the fight. The inner circle of death is where he resides, hunting them at the far reaches of the earth and beyond. I am a believer now. I feel it is in doom that I have faith. The Slayer is the spear that stabs at the heart of our attackers. Those that would seek to harm us should feel warned. For there is only one dominant life form in this universe, and I carry this, a steel-barreled sword of vengeance. All hail the coming of the Destroyer. The Slayer's time is now. Alright, the story of the Sentinels. What treachery comes from our darkest selves, driven by greed and want? For I have been deceived by the Daig. They came north with I, the priests, as allies to our cause against the Khan Maker and our unscrupulous methods. Their silvery tongues wagging, they laid a plan for us and sowed the seed of desire for hasty triumph. They claimed knowledge of the Maker's source of power in the demon realm, a vast foundry of souls where the innocent are put to the fire for the essence. In the foundry's destruction, our victory is assured, they told us, and the fools that I am, believed their lies. On their word, we sent the Doomslayer and the Night Sentinels to destroy the foundry, and the priests cast the gate for their egress. As the last veteran entered the Demon's Empire, our final hopes of reclaiming our dominion, the Daig closed the path and left them stranded. They were trapped, lost in the eternal void by the action of the traitors. How could I not see their intention? Am I blinded by grief for the loss of Taras Nabad, my people? We have fled again, with barely a legion of the Night Sentinels left to protect us. The dagger gone, return to their mistress. May the Wraiths forgive my failure. The Wolf. Our gentle legends speak of sentinel beasts, loyal creatures to little companions, the hardened warriors, often larger, swifter, and stronger than others of their kind. These animals shared instincts with their masters and aided them in battle. The Night Sentinels never shared publicly the origin of these creatures, for only they stood worthy of them. King Novik ruled over Sentinel Prime for many years as his warrior patriarch, ordained protector of the sovereign Sentinel worlds. The Sentinel people, defined by a legacy of war, deem only those of warrior caste befit to rule. In times of battle, it is expected that the king lead from the battlefield rather than from the safety of the throne. As it is written in Sentinel law, a king unfit for battle is likewise unfit to rule. For millennia, the Sentinel people have secured their civilization against the threat of invasion from beast and human alike, passing on the mantle of battle to each subsequent generation and refining the craft of war into an art of ultimate mastery. Even in times of peace, the Night Sentinels remain vigilant, developing new technologies of conquest, each the more capable of securing their dominion across the sovereign worlds. The Betrayer. I met this guy as well. After years of prolonged war against the demonic threat invading the world, Argent Denur launched an offensive strike across dimensions, sending their greatest warriors into the heart of hell itself. Despite their training and their preparedness, their honour was undone by deceit. Betrayal at the highest levels of command left Argent Denur's bravest warriors cut off and scattered in the hellscape. But of these last remaining Night Sentinels, only one remained in hell by choice. Betrayer of the Argenta, it was Commander Valen who relinquished the keys to the elements Sepulchre, in return for his son's resurrection. Haunted by demonic visions, the image of his son's torturous existence plagued him without relent, the whispers of demons pushing him towards madness. A moment of weakness, he fell prey to the demon's trickery, sealing the fate of the Argent Tenor, dooming the kingdom to which he swore a lifelong oath to protect. Fell into his exile in the hellscape for his sacrilege. Gecko, thank you for the hydrate. Fortress of Doom. Command station used by the Sentinels for military operations. ESR dating suggests the structure was built during the reign of King Danak, and spectral analysis of the Sentinel energy signature used to power the various systems confirms this theory. While the rock and metal structure of the vessel is undoubtedly Argenta design, the castle's subsystems, navigation, gravitational centrifuge, life support are of Maker origin, suggesting a design collaboration between the two species. Propulsion is notably absent as it is not required. The fortress manipulates space through an unknown process involving Sentinel energy. However, there is no indication that any of the systems were designed for Maker use. The accessways, control panels, and living quarters have all been designed for Argenta dimensions, so it can be assumed that the massive structure was made exclusively for Argenta warfare, likely as a flag station of the Night Sentinels military forces. No! We'll connect back in a second. We have records of the Night Sentinels visiting many inhabited planets in their local quadrant. The extent of their empire is still being researched. This fortress is likely a remnant of what was once a much larger fleet. The design of the structure suggested it was used as a command station for the Night Sentinel galactic exploration, and the troops would touch ground at their final destination through other means, either through the use of smaller transport ships or potentially through continuum gates. Dimensional travel has been noted in several Argenta texts. It is presumed to be one of the many technological advancements that the Makers brought with them to Argent Tenor, though the precise method of this arcane technology is still unknown. We good? We're good. Okay, game. Actually, we'll continue reading through this. We're probably over halfway through it. We'll take our break for ads. We'll come back. We'll finish our bit of lore, and then we'll get back to killing stuff. And we'll just go through the lore as it pops up from now on. Because I was curious about it, what the hell is going on, so it's good to read some of it. Alright, see you in a moment.